Okay, we're going to make a pattern, a repeat pattern out of these 5 individual pieces. I'm going to put them on a 100mm by 100mm background, and I just type this in here. The resolution wants to be 300 pixels per inch, which is standard print resolution. Don't worry about the other stuff for now, and we'll create that, and that makes a white square. So this is the other document still open, my cutout document. This is the new document. I'm going to fill this document with a colour just to give it a bit of interest, and I'm going to pick my colour, go for a nice bold green, and then saturate it, make sure it's really bright at the top here, and click OK. And then we're going to start copying the little cutouts from the other document. So I'm going to go to Edit, Copy, or I can press Command C, and I shall do that later. And I'm going to go to Edit and Paste, or Command V, and that just pops it on a layer in front there. So I'm going to do that with the others. Copy, banana, and that's the layers named, and then paste it on here, edit, paste, and it puts it into the layer, it puts it on the centre of the layer, so it doesn't copy it into the same place. If I press the Shift key down, I can select more than one thing at a time, and I can paste more than one, and using Command V to paste. And just a pineapple, copy, Command C, Command V to paste. So that's all my elements. I'm going to put some rulers on because I'm going to draw a guideline, and that guideline is going to go down the centre, so it's 5 centimetres or 50mm from the top and the bottom. Okay, that should snap into the centre. And now what I'm going to do is using the transform tools, and you can do it by going to Edit, Transform, and Rotate, or you can click Command T as well, and that will do a free transform. I'm going to press the tick to say I'm happy with the transform, or you can press the Shift key. So Command T, rotate, and press Enter. So I'm just moving these around to cover the centre lines really, because what we're going to do afterwards is going to shift this all to the side so the centre lines become the edges. You'll see what I mean when we do it. So space these out nice and neatly until you're happy with them. And again, pressing Command T to shrink or rotate them. Press Edit when you're happy. So I'm happy with all of these. I'm going to copy all these layers because I want to use them again, but first of all I have to squeeze them down and flatten them. So these are the copies. Okay, I can turn off the little eyes so you don't see them, and I'm going to get the other layers, click Shift between each one, Shift, click, Shift, click, Shift, click, Shift, click, Shift, and I'm going to go to my layers palette, and I'm going to merge all of the layers, which you can do by clicking there or pressing Command E. So that's all one layer now. Okay, so everything's on one layer, we can't move it around anymore very easily. So I'll go to a filter called Offset, which is right at the bottom of the filters palette. And what this does is shoves everything along. And I'll show you the settings. If I put it back to 0, it goes back to 0. If I move this to the right, it will move this, say, 377 pixels right. You can see when I'm moving it right, it goes off the edge of the page and goes back onto the left of the page. So if I move it left, goes off the left of the page and comes back on the other side. So what I'm going to try and do is make sure that now where they were in the centre, they're actually on the edges, so the banana is going off the right hand side and the left hand side of the page. And do the same with the top and bottom vertical. So now, because it's set to wrap around, this edge and this edge matches exactly with these edges, top and bottom. They all line up with each other. So now that's looking a bit sparse, so we're going to turn the other items on again. And we're just going to move those around using the select tool, which is the top of the menu. I'm just going to rotate these out of the way and make sure they're not lining up with the other items, because I want to make it look quite random. Might want to rotate it using the transform commands T and then just spinning it round, holding the shift key, holding the mouse key as I do that. I'm just trying to fill up the space in the middle. There's a bit of a gap here which I'm going to put the banana in, and that's pretty good. Let's give this a rotate other way. Okay, and that's spaced out quite nicely, which for a sort of quite busy pattern, you want to space it out, but you want to make it look random at the same time, which is an odd thing to try and do. So it's regular, it's ordered, but not ordered. So I'm going to shift click these all and make another copy just in case I want to do anything more with them. And I'm going to get the originals and flatten those all down so they're one layer. So flatten those, merge layers. So that's flatten, that's only merging the selected layers, not the other ones. And I've turned those off now. So that's a pattern basically. So I'm just going to show you that they go off one end and hit the other side, and then there's no gaps or lines or anything in between them. They're all sort of perfectly lined up. So I go to pattern, make pattern, select all first of all, which selects everything in the canvas, and go to edit define pattern, click on that, and we want to call it a name so we can pick it from my list of patterns that I've already made. Okay, and then that's done now, so I'm going to make a new file, and that file is going to be the size we want the whole print to be, so with the repeat patterns. I'm going to go to click on my print presets, select A3, and that's got all the sizes built into it already. I can either flip it so it's portrait or landscape. That's all set, just create, and that's going to make a white A3 canvas. So now what I'm going to do is fill that like we did with the colour, but I'm going to pick a pattern instead. Click on there, select my green pattern, that's the last one I've done, and then it fills the whole thing. So it puts tiles of the pattern over the whole thing. I zoom in, you can see it's all looking nice and neat. I zoom out, I'm using command minus to zoom out there. you can use the view menu at the top. You can use the magnifying glass tool and then click on 100% and that will click it to 100%, so you can see they're both the same size even though one's on a bigger canvas. It just repeats more often. And that is your pattern and your repeated pattern, so that's your tile and your repeated tile. And then just checking it's on 100%, or you can press Command 1, 100%, or Command 1, and they're both the same size. And that is your repeat pattern. Ask me any questions or give Freya a shout as well and she'll help you there. That's it, thanks.